So today I'm going to show you my shoulder routine. So I've moved up to the next step. I had to progress slightly back when I had my food poisoning, so I'm going to see how many reps I can do. I'm going to try and get some better form. I've actually been stretching out my hamstrings as well. So hands on the floor, right? This is progressive handstand press up first of all for shoulder day, right? So down like that, 1, 2, 3, core tight, 4, right, 5, right? So I'm 1 rep ahead for I did the last video. Okay, so given the smaller number of repetitions for this exercise, it's important to give yourself a few minutes rest. Unless, if you don't do that, you're going to have to go down to a lower height. Since you don't really want to be doing that when you're training for strength, because the more sets you can get in with a harder version, the faster you're going to progress. Now, so I'm going to give you a few pointers with regards to this actual exercise. So what I've done this time is I've kept my hands just slightly shoulder than wide, just slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and my elbows in more, right? I actually found that easier because that's how I've been training. So I did one of the last videos and demonstrated. I did it differently. I put my hands slightly wider apart and my head wasn't actually completely touching the floor. And that's what you really want to do, is to be touching the floor. Because that's the only way you can ensure you get in full range of motion, right? So something like this, when you're doing 5 reps, you've really got to take a 3 or 4 minute break. Because otherwise you're just not going to get the repetitions in the next set. So essentially what I'm going for, if I can get 5 and 4 and 3 reps in, which will be a total of 12, that's good enough, right? But I don't really want to get in less than that, because I found if I get less than that, 12 reps in total on a shoulder day, I don't make as much progress. So this is just all down to personal experience with doing these exercises in the past or in exercises. I'm also going to be substituting on my chest day planche push-ups, which I'm going to be progressing on because I've been doing a lot of weighted dips for a long time, and because of my tendency to go slightly below parallel on the way it dips, I start to notice I'm getting more soreness in the front of my shoulders. Plus as well, planche push-ups, full planche push-ups is an exercise I want to work towards, but I think 6 reps for the chest and 6 sets for the chest and the triceps is optimal. Sorry, 9 sets for the chest and the triceps, and 6 of those for the chest is optimal. So if I'm going to be doing weighted push-ups, weighted decline push-ups, I'm not going to do weighted dips as well as planche push-ups because that would be overkill and I won't make the progress. So it's always good to vary your exercise around, especially in calisthenics when you're trying to learn different techniques. Right, so I'm going to give this another go. I actually don't know how many minutes that was, but you can sort of tell when the lactic acid or the feeling that's the burn in your shoulders starts to go. Right, so I'm aiming for 4 this time. Okay? Obviously I'll get more if I can, but that's not likely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 reps. Okay, I'm going to give it another break. So I've got 9 in total. So I want another 3. Again, if you notice, as I go do the exercise, my elbows are going like that. They're not going like this, right? You want them to go like that. It's actually harder initially, but this will train the actual muscles that really need to be trained for this exercise, which are the front delts, because they're doing the most of the work. You're actually trying to keep your triceps out the exercise as much as possible. The progression from this to full handstand push-ups is actually not that. Against the wall, I'm not talking about free handstand, I'm talking about against the wall. It's actually not that far. Probably from here, one more with my feet against the wall. Once I get between 6 and 8, I should be able to get about 5 full handstand push-ups, I would have thought. Right, so I'm just going to give that another minute's break. Again, the reason I'm swinging my arms back and forth is really to get the lactic acid out of the muscles and aid the speed of recovery time. So you can do this anywhere as exercise, right? This is the height I'm looking at. So this is tall, I'm about 5'10", right? So when I lean back like that, it's higher than table. Table was about here. Just a couple of inches above table. Before that was chairs, about there. And before that was on the floor. So as you can see, the actual progression, when I moved from the table, sorry, from the chair to the table, the progression, it wasn't that different. Same way from the table to here, doesn't feel that much different either. Next step will be around here. Probably have to hit a few more reps on this first before I can achieve that, but I'm aiming to get some full handstand push-ups as quickly as possible. Okay. It helps sculpt your toes, if you possibly can, right? Got it! 3 reps. Right, that's 12. So, going to move into the back room. You have to move backwards. Just got my cameraman here. So, again, that was a 3 reps there. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes break. But I'm going to show you the correct technique for side lateral raises. I've got the dumbbells ready for that. You're always trying to add resistance. Now what I've found with these is that when you add resistance to dumbbells, it's double the resistance you're adding to a barbell, right? So if you're doing an exercise with a barbell, you can progress by putting 1.25 on each side. When you're progressing with these, you're putting 1.25. So you're putting on both of them. So you're putting 2.5 on. So you're trying to progress by adding 2.5. So if you were doing, like, say, I don't know, any exercise with a barbell, you wouldn't add 2.5 to each side of the barbell. And this is why I think with side laterals, a lot of people get stuck at the same weight for a long time. Because in the gym, the weights usually go up from, let's say, 25 to 30. That's a £5 jump, right? Or if they're in kilos, which more often than not in this country, you know, you got like, sorry, that is actually what I was thinking, kilos. Yeah, 25 to 30 kilos. That's both sides. That's too much, right? So anyway, I'll do my warm-up so I'm talking. Warm-up, just grab 2 of these. Just get some, what's it called? Lactic acid. Get the joints and the muscles prepared. Thumbs up slightly. Just warm up there. So it should be very easy. Don't want to trap your main sit anyway. Thumbs up is actually better for the side lats, regardless of what some of the old bodybuilders used to say about tipping water out from a vase, which is now considered outdated, which you'll see from any fitness video currently on YouTube, including my own. So I'll give myself a minute, only because I'm still recovering from the last exercise. So pointers with this, you want to be leaning forward slightly, right? Dumbbell should be in front of you. As you lift them up, you should try to reach around shoulder height, arms slightly bent, thumbs pointing upwards towards the ceiling. There are calisthenics versions you can do to build the side laterals, but personally, I don't think anything beats actually using dumbbells if you have a pair of dumbbells at home. So what I'm going to do is, to get around this problem, is I've got some of these. These don't weigh very much, right? They weigh about half a kilo, right? But if you get yourself 4 of these, each time you do these, if you can get about between 10 and 12 reps and you put these on, you're actually adding just the right amount of weight in order to progress. So once you can do them with 2 of these on your wrist, then you're ready for the next one and you're sync on the movement. So let's see how I get on with this. Just short of 10. So that's enough, right? If I tried to use those with 2.5s on, now I would have got maybe 7. In my experience, anything less than 9 reps with side laterals is useless. Literally, you won't progress, right? Certain muscles are slow twitch. They tend to be more of the compound movements. Certain muscles, I think that's the right way around. Fast twitch, I forget the mechanics. I'll have to do a separate video talking about that. But you have muscles that tend to respond better to higher reps. And the side laterals and rear laterals are those because they're isolation exercises. It's the same with dumbbell curls. When you're curling dumbbells, I've found 6 reps doesn't suffice, whereas when you're curling a barbell, between 6 and 8 reps is optimal. I think it would be the same, but there's something about the amount of energy you'll manage to exert when you're using both hands together than when you're using separate hands. Now bear in mind that this is all down to genetics, so what works for you might be different than what works for me, but a lot of the actual more efficient bodybuilding books that are available, some of the excellent ones that have been written by natural bodybuilders, will always recommend around 10 to 12 reps, side laterals, rear laterals, okay? So this whole routine is going to consist of another set of these, and then I'll go and move on to the last exercise, okay? So, I'm aiming, again, notice I've taken those off because I want to get at least 9 reps for this to be a maximum benefit. Right, I usually wait 2 minutes. No, I don't know if that's 2 minutes. No idea. It's okay. Still filming?
Fine.
Huh?
I need to ask you something.
No, not now. Okay, alright. Don't worry. What was it? Go and tell me.
Hold on, I just need to.
That's
okay.
fine. No worries. I'm sorry. No worries. Okay. 9. Okay, so that's perfect, right? So now, give myself a minute's break. I'm doing the final exercise. And for this, I'm going to do what I did with the last one, which means I'm going to add on those little half kilo wrist straps, because I'm not yet ready to use 15-pound dumbbells on that exercise. Okay, so I'm going to point down slightly. Just going to adjust the weights. I have 2 sets of bars, specifically because these bars are for the bigger weights. So you need actually quite long ones if you're going to be purchasing them. These are 25, they go up to 25 kilos on each dumbbell, which is fantastic because you can use these, 2 of these and 1 of these, or 2 of these and 1 of these, which I haven't actually got to using in any exercises yet, given that mostly I do calisthenics, but it's important to get correct form, especially with things like side laterals and rear laterals, much more so than getting reps. These have got different collars as well, so you've got to make sure you have everything ready. Otherwise you're going to be fishing around for the collars. The amount of times I've been throwing things around. Oh, where's the collars? Where's the collars? Causing all sorts of unnecessary mayhem in the process. Right, we're doing this quickly. That's the wrong card. To start. We're doing these quickly. I'm also burning more fat and calories, which is what I want to be doing. Right? Which is partly what calisthenics training is all about, even though I'm incorporating weights into it as well as a joint approach. Another thing I found is useful is to learn how to squat like this, right, when you do things. The more you can do this, right, as opposed to on the ball to your feet, the better your squat technique is going to be. Because I used to live in Thailand, I used to squat like this quite a lot. It's the wrong one. Here we go. Is that right? That. It always happens. There we go. I thought I was going to have to bolt then, but thankfully not. Right, here we go. Okay, so I've got them ready. Enough breast time. So I'm going to put a chair against the wall. Probably here would be best. Again, use the straps. You can make it a bit more challenging. So I've progressed with the shoulder handstand, I've progressed with the side laterals, and I'm now around the same level I was before I had food poisoning, which was just 2 workouts a day. And I didn't eat for 96 hours, and I was ill I lay down ill for most of the week. So it shows how quickly muscle memory comes back. A lot of it's actually fear of not being able to repeat the reps, fear of the exercise. You need to conquer the fear in your mind. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. Right? It's true. As Bruce Lee says, if you like the water, my friend. Right. Okay, here we go. Rear laterals, thumbs pointing up. Hold to the top. 7 reps. Take these off. Give myself a minute to a minute and a half rest. And then that's the final set done on my shoulder routine. I had to follow, actually usually follow on, which I will do after for training the traps, but I'm going to do a separate video. Oh dear. It's okay, last set. Someone's at the door, but I've got to get this done. Short break, right? Much shorter than usual, but there's nothing I can do about that. Okay. Go! Go! 9 reps. Completed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy training. See you in the next video. Thank you.